represents rules. What kind of rules are you going to have to break? How much of your personal rules are you going to have to re-examine, et cetera, et cetera. And then you come to the giant. Giant represents authority. I didn't say this was a bad giant. I just said this was a big guy. And so people interpret that however they want. And a lot of them make friends with it. A lot of them sneak around. A lot of them just basically do battle with it. That tells you a lot about the parental issues or authoritarian issues. And then when they get lost, what do they do? Or how do they spend their time?
Right.
And consequent. So that's kind of a short version of a small book. And it kind of answers your question is, what kind of rituals would be a celebration for you? And I have to answer that for myself in the sense, as I said before, I like to kind of celebrate by myself. I don't particularly, and it may be due to my own history of being a little bashful about it all. Or it might be part of my arrogance. I don't know. But basically, it's different than most people think. And
well, that's good for people to have that option because it's not like you have to throw a raging party.
Yeah, exactly. And Susan, on 2 occasions arranged a birthday celebration for me, and I just said, that's not what I am. That's not who I am. You don't have to do that. Kind of hurt her feelings, I have to admit. But I'm.
What is a personal celebration ritual? Is it like, just like you say, it's the feeling and the recognition, but is there anything you do?
Well, yeah, you can walk around nature. You can go on bike rides, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be solitary about it all, but it just basically, you don't have to make a to-do about it. You can just appreciate life.
Right. And that is a form of celebrating.
It is a form of celebration. It's a big one. It's right. A big one. And I can look back over my life and I can appreciate my parents. I can appreciate the career changes, although sometimes I've resisted them. I can enjoy my history. I can enjoy my future. But it's freedom to do whatever I want to do.
Right. Yes. Because of maybe the challenges you've shown you can, work with and be creative about.
Yeah, that's right. I can create my own world.
Right. Okay. Well, that's incredibly liberating.
Oh, it is. It's fun.
Well, let's talk about music with that.
All right. Music. Music is kind of my passion right now. In the sense that music is the most powerful approach to changing our brain, to finding who we are, because but it's not lyrics so much as it is something more chemical. That's all I can say. It's much more. Music can make lovers or warriors out of ourselves based on the structure of the rhythm, especially the rhythm, and sometimes it changes in notes. But we kind of have gotten locked in to a lot of music structure, based on the recording industry. For example, in order to make a 78 RPM record that I learned about when I was younger,
Yeah.
you have to be through in three minutes.
Oh, right.
Which meant that to this day we still have 3.5 minute compositions for the most part. 99% of our music is based on a 3.5 minute.
Well, you know what? The question I have a burning question, Dr. Lawless.
I'm interested.
You know, because the thing about music is that and psychotherapy is that, so much about therapy is about talking.
Yes.
But you're sharing music as a way to change your feelings and emotions that isn't about talking and thinking. I mean, that kind of, I don't know, I'm really intrigued by that.
Well, first of all, talking therapy has its own magic, and I can talk about that a little bit later. But basically, talk or language is a very late development for for humans, and to use talk and words is a mysterious and strange thing, especially for immature learners.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why psychotherapy doesn't work on 80% of the population.
Huh.
It just doesn't work. The person that does it has to have enough language skills to use their imagination instead of being very concrete. They have to have a certain background in which they have a broader belief system, and they have to be very flexible. Now, I do think that talk therapy has a place, but it doesn't have the place that you think it does. It's supposed to be a rational kind of cognitive approach.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work on that way. It works on, I don't want to get past our music deal.
Okay.
So what I did was I have some music background. It's a long story about that, but I don't need to go into that. But I was excited about music, and I played various instruments as I grew up, and I loved playing music. And so I felt like that we needed to make music selections based on what changed the brain, what specifically changed the brain patterns. And so I came up,
Now, what gave you the hunch that music could change brain patterns? Like before you measured it, was it just your experience with music and hearing?
Well, one thing that led me into this was the fact that when I was learning shamanic techniques, at the same time I was director or co-director of a pain clinic. And I was very frustrated with my patients because these chronic pain patients only wanted to bitch and carry on and want more medication. And so I had about 25 inpatient patients that I had